What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one of my videos, and in this video we're going over the schedule grid and notable free agents for the upcoming week. So it's a little bit of everything you should know or need to know for this upcoming week, week 8. So first up, we're going to be going over the schedule. So far, right now, there are no postponed games for this upcoming week yet. It seems like every time I drop this video, that's when all the postponed games come trickling in. So it is what it is. But as of right now, there's nothing. So we have 14 teams that play 4 times this week, and that includes Charlotte, Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, Golden State, Houston, the Lakers, Memphis, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Orlando, Phoenix, Portland, San Antonio, and Toronto. The remaining 16 teams only play 3 times this week. Finally, we have a balanced schedule. Last 3 weeks I've been complaining about this because it was so lopsided for Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Now it seems like it's a very balanced schedule for this upcoming week, and I'm loving it. So Monday we have 8 games, Tuesday 7, Wednesday 9, Thursday 4, Friday 11, Saturday 5, and Sunday 9. Friday will be a full roster day for most people, like 99% of people. I'll be very surprised if you're not full on Friday. But as for Wednesday and Sunday, both days have 9 games that are going to be played. You should be full, but you may have like one roster spot available to bring in a guy. Monday and Tuesday will be close to full, as Monday has 8 games and Tuesday has 7, but odds are you'll be able to pick up guys for both those days, and it's really a great time to double down on a free agent. And then Thursday and Saturday will be fairly limited, as Thursday only has 4 games and Saturday only has 5 games. So again, the best time to double down this week is Monday to Tuesday or Tuesday to Wednesday. And another great time to double down on non-consecutive days would be Thursday and Saturday. Skip through Friday because Friday has 11 games, and Thursday and Saturday have the fewest totals of the week with 4 and 5 games being played on those days. All right, so let's talk about the teams that are going to be playing back-to-backs this week. So Monday and Tuesday includes Golden State, San Antonio, and Houston. Tuesday and Wednesday include New Orleans and Brooklyn. Wednesday and Thursday includes Indiana. Thursday and Friday includes Portland and Orlando. Friday and Saturday includes Atlanta, New York Knicks, and Utah. Saturday and Sunday, the weekend back-to-backs, only Phoenix. I'm surprised there's not more back-to-back games being played on the weekends, but that's just not the case so far this year. So I'm very surprised by that so far. All right, so non-consecutive days, so I'm including the Thursday, Saturday that I keep talking about because Thursday only has 4 games and Saturday has 5 games. So those teams that play on Thursday and Saturday where you could double down on a free agent include Golden State, Houston, Indiana, Miami, and Philadelphia. All right, guys, before we go any further, remember, hit the like button if you found this information informative, and hit the subscribe button if you want more fantasy basketball content all season long, as I'll be bringing 2 to 3 videos per week all season. All right, guys, next up we are the free agents. So I'm doing a little bit something different this week because I feel like most people know what's going on with free agents. Like, you know who can do what, or you should be able to know who can do what for the most part, and what you're looking to target. But I decided to do the hottest free agents below 55% that are rostered on ESPN, on the ESPN website. So first up we have is Jeremy Lamb, who's been killing it. He won't be on this list again next week, I guarantee it. He's currently at 50%, and he's been added in 14% of leagues this past week. He's just been on a tear. If he's available in your league, make room, pick him up. Next up I have is Derrick Rose, who's at 49%. Now, he's at negative 8% for the past week, right? So what's up with that? Why is he on the list? Well, if you look at the notes, he's looking to be traded. He's talked to Detroit, and they both have agreed that it would be better if they parted ways. So the news is that Derrick Rose may be getting moved to the Knicks, and if that's the case, they need a point guard. Now, I know I have Elfrid Payton. Oh, maybe I don't have him on this list. But regardless, I know they have Elfrid Payton and Emmanuel Quickley. Now, if Derrick Rose comes in, it's likely he's going to be starting because that's Tibbs' boy, you know. Rose won MVP under Thibodeau, and if he goes to the Knicks, Derrick Rose's value his stock should go shoot to the moon, as they like to say in the stock market exchange. So even though he's at -8% because he's technically day to day and he's currently not going to be playing, if you are on a winning team, like if you're undefeated or only have 1 or 2 losses, and you can make up a roster spot for Derrick Rose based on the potential, I highly recommend you go and get him. All right, so next up we have is Eric Gordon, who's rostered in 46% of leagues, and he's only at +3% change over the past week, and he's just been getting minutes, he's been getting points. So if you need good points, good points, and a lot of threes, maybe a little bit of rebounds, maybe a little bit of assists, probably not going to get you too much in the defensive categories. But if you don't mind the field goal percentage, that might hurt you. If you again, points and threes, if that's what you need, Eric Gordon is your man. Next up, oh man, this guy killed me all week, and he's been pissing me off all week. So Norman Powell, he's 44% owned, and he's +15 over the past week. He's been killing it. I haven't seen him have even a remotely bad game this week. And not only that, he hasn't done anything that has hurt my opponent. My opponent picked up him and Gary Trent Jr., and they have actually been his best players this week. So, nowhere to lie. His 2 waiver pickups for the week have been his best players, and that's the reason why I'm likely going to lose this week. Oh, it's killing me. Anyway, next up, Kevin Huerter, only rostered in 38% of leagues, and he's a +2% change. So he is what he is. He's just getting a lot of minutes, and he can produce. He could give you good points and good assists. He should give you pretty good percentages as well, if that's something you might be worried about. Other than that, the defense isn't really there, but again, you got Slim Pickens in free agent pools. Next up we have is Justin Holiday, rostered at 35% of leagues, and he's +16 in the last week. And he's just getting the minutes, and he's doing well, about what you would expect from Holiday at this point in the season, with LeVert being out still. And now LeVert may be out all season. I don't know. I'm hearing all sorts of things. I don't know what's going on with LeVert, but for the time being, Holiday is a good pickup. Next up I have is Cole Anthony, only rostered in 34% of leagues, and he's only a +3% change in the past week. I have Cole Anthony. I won't drop him. There's no reason to drop him. And okay, so I know his field goal percentage sucks, but outside of that, he gives you good free throw percentage. He'll give you a 3 or 2 a game. He'll give you a good solid rebounds. He'll give you solid assists. And his defense, he might be my best defensive player right now. He just last night 2 steals, 2 blocks, limited in turnovers, got 11 points. That's his trend. He gets a lot of blocks, and it's so weird. He doesn't even get that many steals. He gets a lot of blocks. So if you need some kind of guard with blocks, he's a good one to have. So next up I have on my list is Alec Burks at 25%. Now he's -3% change, as he's coming back from that sprained ankle, and it looks like he's finally getting that footing underneath him. And if that's the case, anyone who picks up Burks may have themselves like a diamond in the rough. I played against Burks in the first week of the season, and he destroyed me. He was killing it when he's hot. He was one of the top players. I know a lot of YouTubers were talking about Alec Burks on how he was being, I forget what he was, but he was like a top 25 player at, very early on in the season. Now, is he going to be a top 25 player? Probably not. But if he shoots as well as he did or close to in the beginning of the season before he was hurt, he's definitely going to be worth a roster spot, especially on the Knicks, where Thibodeau likes to give, his starters a lot of extra minutes. So the one thing I will say about Burks is if Derrick Rose does go to the Knicks, that may eat into Burks' time. Time will tell on how that plays out. But I mainly think it would be cutting into Peyton and Quickly's times. All right, so we're talking about Cole Anthony and how he gets a lot of blocks. Well, this next player up does the same exact thing, but he's a much better player, Derrick White. He's only rostered in 25% of leagues still. Now, he's been a +11% change in the last week, but still 25%. Get him. He's a must roster in 10-team leagues or more. He's a must roster. Maybe not an 8-team league, But even in 8-team league, like you can at least take a chance on him, see how what kind of potential he has. All right, so next up I have is Daniel Dice. He's rostered in 22% of leagues, and he's +3 changes past week. I picked him up for a couple of games. He kind of hurt himself in his last game, but he was doing really well and getting a lot of minutes beforehand. So if he comes back healthy, he's playing today against Phoenix at 2 o'clock. Now, if he comes in and he plays like, he never got hurt, he's worth an ad. Otherwise, you may have to watch out for it if he doesn't play that well. But I suspect that if he's going to play, he will be healthy. And if he's healthy, he's going to give a lot of good stats. Next up on my list is Derek Favors. He's rostered in 18% of leagues, and he's +5% change in the last week. Now, the thing with Derek Favors is he's not getting a lot of minutes, but he's producing he's kind of like Hassan Whiteside in a sense of what Whiteside should have been this year, or a lot of people predicted what he would have been. Derek Favors is just getting solid amount of points, solid rebounds, giving you a little bit in the assist categories, but then he's giving you defensive stocks. So he's only playing like 16 to 20 minutes a game, but he's still giving you 1 steal, two steals, 1 block, 2 blocks a game. So he's been on a tear lately. Definitely want to check him out. Maybe even pick him up for a couple games as a streamer option. And my last option for the hottest free agents this week is Josh Jackson at 10% rostered in ESPN leagues. Now he's been a +4% change in the past week, and it looks like his trend is going upward over his last few games. He got injured. He came back really couldn't find himself like he did in the beginning of the season. In the beginning of the season, he was killing it. Then he fell way off after his injury. And now it looks like his trend's picking up again. He had a big game in his last game, big game, like 20. I think it was 28 points. He filled up the stat sheet with 28 points. That's all I truly remember. Now, for 3 people I wouldn't necessarily go after. Don't believe the hype on these guys is what I'm calling it. Manuel Quickly, he's still a rookie, and he has an undefined role. Thibodeau is just trying to find a better point guard than Elfrid Payton, and it might be Derrick Rose, as like I keep saying, the talks between Detroit and New York are intensifying. So, which would be, if that does happen, will be very bad for Quickly and Elfrid Payton as well. So next up I have is Bobby Portis. He's getting inconsistent minutes. Now, when Milwaukee blew out a team earlier in the week and he got a bunch of minutes, so people look at that and they're like, oh my God, he put up close to I forget what he put up, but he put up great numbers. Gotta get him. But the thing is, it was in a blowout. So yeah, Bobby Portis is going to get minutes in a blowout. But if the games are close, he's not going to get a lot of minutes. He's not going to put up a lot in the stat. He's not going to be a stat sheet stuffer. So I would stay away from him. There's a lot, much better options than Bobby Portis right now. And the last one up is, everyone loves this guy, but he's got to be on this list, Darius Bazley. He's going to have highs, he's going to have lows. So you pick him up on the highs. It looks like he's going up right now. His trends are going up a little bit. Have him for now, but when he starts dipping down, get rid of him. And if you can't pick him up when he's high, don't bother with him when he's low. He'll be on and off the free agent pool all season long. All right, so let's talk about free agents that you could double down with. First up, we're going to go over Monday and Tuesday free agents, and that include Juan Toscano Anderson. And he's on Golden State, so basically a lot of big men are injured on Golden State, and he should be the primary beneficiary on minutes. Next up I have is Derek White. He shouldn't even be on this list. He should not be rostered in 25% of leagues. Pick him up, guys. He should be a permanent ad. Next up we have is Jacob Poletti. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's on the center for San Antonio, and the reason I have him on the list is because LaMarcus Aldridge is currently injured. Next up, we have Eric Gordon, who will give you a substantial amount of points and threes. Good free throw percentage as well. And last up on my list is Jae'Sean Tate, who it looks like he's starting to pick up his minutes, and the trend is going up for him. So he's rostered in very few leagues too. So at least look at him, put him on your watch list, if nothing else. All right, for Tuesday to Wednesday players, we have Josh Hart if you're in need of rebounds. We have Jeff Green and TLC on Brooklyn. And the reason I add those two is, again, Kevin Durant is in health protocols for COVID protocols. He won't be playing this week. really sucks for the guy who owns him in my league, or anyone who does own him, as this is like a reoccurring thing with Kevin Durant. I don't know what's going on. He needs to start wearing his damn face mask. That's all I know. But in any case, look for Green and TLC to be the primary pickups this week on Brooklyn. Next up for Wednesday to Thursday, we have Jeremy Lamb, who's been killing it lately. We have Justin Holiday, who's been putting up numbers that you would expect, and then we have TJ McConnell, who's just been on a tear lately with assists. I mean, all around, he's been good. So good assist, good field goal percentage, and we'll get you steals as well. So I highly recommend, if you need any player for a specialist in any of those categories, well, mainly assists or steals, pick up McConnell. All right, next up for Thursday and Friday back-to-backs, we have Cole Anthony, who I feel like should be rostered in more leagues. And then we also have Gary Trent Jr., who's been on a tear this week, and I should know because I'm playing against him, and he's killing me this week. All right, so next up we have his Friday, Saturday back-to-backs. We have Kevin Huerter, Elfrid Payton, which that might change by the time we get to Friday, because if Derrick Rose gets traded to the Knicks, Elfrid Payton's stock's going way down. And then we also have Alec Burks, who looks like he appears to be heating up. And then my favorite streamer, Royce O'Neal. You know, he's going to be on this list all season long. He's on Utah, and Utah's had the best schedule this year so far. So, yeah, you know, keep picking him up, guys, especially on the back-to-back days. And then for the weekend back-to-back, it's only Phoenix, and I only have Jay Crowder on this list. Yeah, so pick up Jay Crowder if you're in need of some solid points, threes, and he might get you some good defensive stocks. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Please remember to like this video if you found it informative, or if you liked it, or if you feel like it helped you at all. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to be dropping 2 to 3 videos on fantasy basketball every week through the season. So again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good day.